All right, I just wanted to jump in here and kind of piggyback on what Tunafish 3D posted in the forums today about a decent edge loop selection tool. I'm in Maya here. If I select an edge, double click on an edge, obviously it selects that edge loop. I have a couple tools where if I select an edge, then hit a menu and selects continuous edge, then it goes all the way through and it goes through this point that has 5 edges and through this point that has 3 edges. And where that comes in handy a lot of times is picking on an edge. If I double click on this edge, it'll pick the entire edge around this piece. But if I come up here and select that edge and then hit continuous edge of 10, then it'll stop where there's a break in the angle of more than 10 degrees. So that's very handy. So if I go to Houdini, so I can't do that. I mean, obviously um, I can select this edge and then hold down the Shift A key and come over here and select it that way. But I mean, if you're zoomed in and you want it, and you know that this is an edge that has a right angle on either side, I just want to be able to select it and then let's say boom, and then just be able to move it down like that. But I can't really do that easily in Houdini. So if we go back to Maya, I have this edge selected, and if I hit my marking menu and hit a continuous edge, then it selects the entire thing. Now if I hit continuous edge with a 10 degrees, then it comes and, okay, so this angle right here is more than 10 degrees, so it stops right there. There's many times where that's pretty handy when modeling. So if I'm zoomed up here and I select this edge, and then I know that it's going to stop, then I can just pull that down, and I don't have to go worry about what's happening on these edges because I know that it's going to stop right there. So that's really advantageous. Now, it's super simple in Maya. Here I just edit the menu item, and it's just one line of mel code um, for that. And this continuous edge one with the 10 degrees is basically the same thing. It's the same mel code, but it ends with, it has a 10 right here, and so this is the angle which it's looking for. So that's pretty easy. So it's just 2 lines of mel code. Should be able to do something like that in Houdini. I know that Houdini handles edges much differently than Maya. So if I click on an edge in Houdini, double click on it, it'll select what it thinks is an edge loop, and then I oftentimes have to come in and deselect areas. So it's much more manual. It'd be nice to have something that either selects a full edge loop or a partial edge loop based on angle. Okay, here I am in Maya, and if I do that same thing, if I just click on this edge, it'll select the whole thing. But if I click on the edge and then bring up my marking menu and say continuous edge 10 degrees, then it'll stop where there's a 10-degree angle, let's say right there. And that's incredibly handy in a lot of situations. So I would love to get something like that into Modeler. Okay, here I am in Maya again, and I just wanted to show something. If I go up to Mesh and hit Triangulate, so now this is all tries. So if I come up here and select an edge and then double click on it, it won't select that edge. I'm double clicking on it. But if I hit my marking menu and hit a continuous edge, then that will do a continuous edge selection through all the triangulated mesh, and which is really great for working with CAD data and stuff like that, which Tunafish 3D mentioned. So there's that. So if I come up here and hit edge 10 degrees, it'll still look for that edge and then stop at a 10-degree angle, even if it's triangulated. So that's one of the huge advantages of working with edges in Maya over Houdini, but I'm hoping that we can do something about that. All right, thanks a lot.